let me review with you what we learned on last session. We learned about how we can create our first cloud flow, and we went through the types of a cloud flow that we have it within Power Automate. So we learned how we can create automated flow, scheduled flow, and a lot of types of flow that we have it with Power Automate. Also, we did a live demo together. And in case if you missed any session that we learned it before, just make sure to follow me on my YouTube channel, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm posting all my sessions there, and you can review it at the same time. I will take this opportunity to show you my site also. I know every time I'm showing you my site, so let me share it with you now. So here actually I'm adding all my materials like infographics, comics, even the sessions that we have it, and all the sessions that I did it before for Power BI. And actually I'm focusing on the beginner level for all the topics, and later on we will move from beginner to intermediate and the advanced level. Okay, so just type agent 008, you will be able to find my website. Okay, so let us go back to the session. Okay, so what we will learn today, I know that you heard about Power Automate Desktop. So we will learn about what's Power Automate Desktop and what's the difference between Power Automate Desktop and the one that we have it, which is the Power Automate platform. And also how we can install Power Automate Desktop on your device. And we will do a live demo while I'm explaining to you everything. So first of all, I would like from you to install Power Automate Desktop. I'm not sure if you already install it. So you just need to go to this site, and from here, let me try to share with you the link on the chat. Just a minute. It's weird. I cannot share. Anyway, just type, go to the Microsoft site and type Power Automate Desktop. From there, they will show you how to install it, and we have the link, and actually it's a free. Just install it, and you need to log into your company email, or if you have a license from Microsoft, just you need to go to this site, and let me show it to you how it will look like. So once you install it, you will be able to see Power Automate Desktop version on your PC. From there, you just need to log in, and once you log in, you will be able to see your information and everything. So, what's the difference between Power Automate Desktop and the Power Automate that we used to deal with, which is the one that we have it on our platform, which is the online version. Actually, Power Automate Desktop, they call it RPA, which is the robotic process automation, which is will help you to enable to automate all desktop process that you have it in a quicker and easier than ever that we have it before. So you can organize your documents. You can extract, for example, data from a website and store them in Excel file, and you can apply desktop automation functionality that we have it in your work. But before to do this, or how you can run your flow while I'm doing a live demo with you, I will show you what kind of things that we needed. So now let me open Power BI Desktop and let us do some example together. And let me show it to you. Just a minute. Okay, here we go. So once you open your Power Automate Desktop, you will be able to, after you log in by using your email and all this stuff, you will be able to see this page. Okay, so how can I build my first flow by using Power Automate Desktop? From there, you will be able to click on a new flow. And once you click on it, you just need to add the name of your flow, for example, test, a new, and you need to click on create. Okay, cool. So we have this one, and it's a new, and I will click on it, so I will be able to edit my flow. It will take time. Just a minute. Okay, here we go. Cool. So once you open it, you will be able to see this page. It's different than the one that we have it on the online version, right? So we have here actions, we have a subflows. If you have, we have the main flow, we have input, output, we have a flow variables that we need to add it. So what kind of things that we need it or how we can run our flow. In our example today, I would like to build a flow that will help me to create a folder on my desktop. So how can I do this? Or what kind of step that I need to follow? First, you need to install something we call it machine or machine group that maybe these machines are physical or maybe actually it's a VR devices. So it's up to you and it's based on your business. If you are interested to know more about what we are, what do we mean by machines or machines group, so there is a specific session that I will do it, and maybe by next week or week after, and I will show it to you how we can add it to our flow. And actually, the machines that we will add it to our Power Automate here that will help you to run your flow based on your business case that you have it. So let us go back one step and let us forget about the machine now, and let's try to build our first flow here. So, what kind of steps that I need to follow to build my flow? We already put the name of our flow. Now I'm on this page, and I would like to start with the first step of my flow, like how I can add the input or what kind of action that I need to add it. So, first step, the page here actually it's different than the one that we used to deal with it, right? So if we look at the input and the output, it means the action that we need to add it here to our flow, what kind of the input that we are waiting for, what kind of output that we will get it as a result from the flow. So let us first add some variables here, and I would like to add an input here, and let me call it here input. And once you click as an input, you need to configure your variable here. So for example, here I would like to add an input, and I would like to name my file, my folder actually on my desktop as a country name. So you just need to add a country. Maybe in your scenario, you would like to add other name, or it's up to you. So you just need to put the variable name that you would like to call it. And here, if it's text or some sensitive text, it's and what kind of value that I'm looking for. What's the name of the country? For example, here I can add maybe Saudi. And external name, actually, I can call it with the same name of my variable. It's something really easy. And here, if you would like to add any description, like to know what's the meaning of this variable or why we are using this one. So for example, here, I will call it like this is the country name input variable that I'm going to use it within my flow. Then you need to click on create. And once you click on create, you will be able to see here a variable, country name. And I call it Saudi. Maybe you would like to change it and you just need to click on edit, or if you would like to delete it, you can delete it from here easily. Second one, I would like to add or I would like to get my date and time from my PC machine or my calendar that I have it on my PC. How can I do this? Actually, there is an actions already built in, and you have a functionality here to search about action. So for example, here I would like to get let me get the current date. Okay, cool. So we have already date and time action. Click on it, double click on it. And once you double click on it, you will be able to see here, like, are you looking for only a date, or maybe you are looking for a date and time? So in our example, we will use only date and the time zone. If you have any specific time zone, or you can keep it on the system time zone that you would like to use it. And already we have a variable created, so you don't need to do anything. If you would like to turn it off, you can turn it off and click on save. So here you just need to understand what kind of input and output that you are looking for your flow, what kind of action that you would like to add it to your main flow, and if you have the subflows. So I'm trying to explain it in easiest way. But the Power BI actually, Power Automate, sorry, desktop will help you if you have really, like if you are using a machines and you need some uh, automate process for a big project that you have it. Okay, cool. So we add the first step for our flow, get current date and time. Second one, we would like to convert the time to be as a text. How can I do this? Similar way, let me check if there is any action that we have it here. Convert date. Ah, okay, cool. We have it already for a text. So here I'm planning to convert my date that I have it here to be as a text. Okay, so what I need to add here, you just need to add what kind of or what's the variable that you would like to convert it. And actually, if you look at it here, you need to add the variable that you have it here. So it's a current date time, right? So let me copy it and paste it just a minute from other screen. So you just need to copy and paste, and you need to put the sign. And do you have any format, like any customization for your format? You can add it from here. If not, so just keep it as standard, and that's it. Standard here, it show you, do you want to see it as a short date, long date, short time, long time, full date and time? So it's up to you at the end. And from there, just click on save. And if you notice that now we are creating another variable as a flow variables. So this one will go to the second part here. And once we save it, whatever that you are creating here, it will move to the flow variables. And the one that you created as an input and output variables, it's supposed to be saved here. Cool. Third step that I'm looking for, actually, I would like to get some folder from my PC. Okay, so how can I do this? Similar way, you need to search for any action that we have it. So get special. Cool. Double click on it, and here we go. So you just need to find the correct place that you want to store your folder, and you want to save it there. And for example, I would like to save it on my desktop, and the folder name supposed to be here on OneDrive desktop. And now we are creating another flow variable, and click save. Okay, so after this step, do we need to add any new things? Actually, we are missing one step, which is create a folder. So now we are getting the current date and time. We are converting our time to text. We are getting some special folder, and we will create a folder. Maybe in the future, you would like to add another step, that you would like to create a file within your folder. So now let us create a folder. Let's see if we have any action already built in. Create a folder. It's something really easy to use. You just need to put the correct parameters, correct variables in a correct place. And here, create a new folder. Into here, you need to think about where you would like to to save your folder, which is you will use this variable, because you are getting a special folder from desktop, and we already create a variable here, right? So you just need to add your variable name, and with the name of the variable that you created for the countries. And let me add it here. Here we go. And what's the name of the new folder that you are looking for? Actually, I would like to call my folder with this one, Saudi. Do I need to type Saudi? No, you can use the country name, which is the one that we already created as an input variable. And that's it. I don't need to add a Saudi or any, maybe the name of the file that I'm looking for. I just need to add the input variable that I created here, and that's it. And click save. And here we have a new folder variable created. So I just need click save. Okay. And the question here, if I want to move between the items or the steps that I have it, you just need to do this thing, like move it by your mouse. Maybe you would like to move this step to be at the second one or first one. So first one we convert, no, we get. So it's something really easy to use, not difficult at all. But I really suggest for you, if you have like the any business case that you are using a Power BI, Power Automate, what we call it, Power App, sorry. For me, I'm still using Power Automate online version. And this one, if you have, as I mentioned, if you have a complicated project that you are looking for a machine or machines group, so I really suggest for you to use this one. And there is a lot of advanced courses available if you are interested to learn more about it. It's already on Microsoft site. But as a beginner, I'm just want today to show you the basic things and what's the difference between Power Automate Desktop and Power Automate online version that we have it. And what kind of things that you can do here and what kind of things that we can do it on the online version. Okay, now let us try to test this flow. First, you need to save it. And once you save it, okay, it's already saved. If we have any error, we're supposed to get it immediately. And let me open the desktop because once I run this flow, I'm supposed to create on my desktop machine a folder, right? So let me put, okay, cool. Here we go. Let me run the flow and let us open now the desktop. Cool. We are getting an error now. So now we are not getting anything on our desktop. So it means there is an error and it show me there is a folder here. It's not there or something missing, which is the path of my desktop. Countries. Okay, cool. So what I need to do, let me go back to the previous flow that I have it. Just a minute. Here I change. Now I'm supposed to work. Okay, cool. Now it show me file count and where is the file, the output. I will mention, okay. Let's see. You can run your flow actually from this page, but let us wait. Okay, let me call it Saudi. It's running. Cool, it show you if it's running or not. The output, you need to click on OK. Let me check now my desktop. Ah, cool. If we look at now to our desktop, 8:23 p.m., it's creating a new folder on my desktop. So let me delete it again and just to try to test it again. Okay, let me run it again and let me go to the desktop. I will call it with other, yeah, okay, and Saudi. And let me click on OK and let me go back to the desktop. It's running. Yeah, here we go. As simple as. So we have the folder created. It means our flow is working fine. In the future, maybe if you are looking to generate every time a specific file, it's up to your business case that you are looking for. So you can do it easily. But here, as I mentioned, you don't need to do it every time by yourself manually by going here and run the flow. We need to install something, we call it machine. And let me show it to you here on the Microsoft site. Really will help you to understand more about the machines and what kind of machine group that we have it. So let me open it here. So here we go. If you are interested to know more about machine and how we can manage machines and what do we mean by machine, maybe it's physical machines or maybe it's like a virtual machines. And here it show you how you can register a new machine to your Power Automate desktop. And this one actually can use it on Power Automate desktop. And it will show you the steps and everything. I'm planning to arrange a session for this one because now I really would like to do it now, but I don't have the license to do this one. So hopefully by next week I will get the license to, so I will be able to create a machine and we can do it together. And even me, actually, it's something new for me, and it will be the first time. So I will learn and I will share with you whatever I'm learning by using a machines that we have it on Power Automate Desktop. So this is what we have today. Before we end up our session, let me show you something on Power Automate online, and let's see what's the difference that we have it. For me, I really like Power Automate Desktop, but I prefer Power Automate Online because I did a lot of projects by using Power Automate Online, so I feel like I'm very confident to do a lot of things, a lot of flow by using Power Automate Online things. So here we go. If we look at the Power Automate Online, so as what we learned on our previous session, there is a difference here. Here you have a more functionalities. You will be able to see what's the difference between the flow and what kind of template you have. And here we have a lot of templates already built in, and you can use it on any business project that you have it, even if it's not a business project, as we did for a Twitter, YouTube, a lot of cool stuff. So I'm not saying that don't use Power Automate Desktop. No, actually, it's really a good tool, but it's really more advanced. And if you are focused on RPA, so it's really a good tool to use it, which is here. And if like we see, like we create a folder like within less than a few seconds. So what if you have a complicated project or RPA process? So for sure you will be able to use it, and it will make your life much easier. So this is what I have for today, and thank you for joining the session. And the session actually will be recorded and posted on my YouTube. And as I mentioned, always, if you have any question, if you have any suggestion, if you have anything, just share it with me on my social media accounts. And thank you so much. And if you have any question, feel free to ask me. So, do you have any question so far? Yes, hello.
Hi May.
Hi.
Is Sorry for joining late.
No, it's okay. It's
um,
okay. Mm-hmm.
okay. Is it okay if I ask not with regards to Power Automate desktop, but for online version?
You mean if you want to use an online version or
Yeah,
mm,
I have a question
mm-hmm.
on
Yeah, sure.
Power Automate online actually.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Um, I'm not so sure whether it's appropriate to ask here, but
Mm,
let's say, for example, if I use Power Automate, right, to get files from a
mm,
folder, because I
mm-hmm.
tried to do it with a single file Excel,
Mm-hmm.
to get the value from a table, but
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it if I actually would like to get the table from, because I have lots of supposed to have lots
Mm-hmm.
of files, Excel
Mm-hmm.
files in a
Okay.
folder, and all of the Excel file has exactly the same table because it was created from a template. So
Okay.
how can I get the value from a table
Mm-hmm.
when it's actually inside the folder?
So, as what I understand from you, that you have a different type of files, right? And all they have the same template of columns, right? And
Yes.
you want to store them or within one place. This is what you are looking for, or something.
Yes, correct.
Mm,
Because I just want to store a value,
mm-hmm,
either verified or approved in that
mm-hmm.
cell.
Uh,
But I won't be able to do it if it's actually in a folder.
and you start on OneDrive folder, or
Yeah,
it's like
OneDrive
mm,
for business.
okay. So there is a lot of templates built in, but if you are okay, I'm not sure if you are allowed to share with me like what you are doing, and we can arrange a specific offline session if you are okay, so I can go through the example exact and I can see what kind of issues that you are facing. So are you okay to do an offline session with me and we can go through the example and your data that you have it, or you cannot
Yeah,
share? Okay, okay.
because it's actually
Mm-hmm.
just a personal project.
Okay. So if you want, you can just prepare for me like one example, because what I understand, it's like you have an Excel, different files, but I need to see it in a real example so I can show what you are facing, or where you are need where exactly you need the help. So we can do a call by tomorrow if you are okay, or we can discuss it offline. Just let me know when you have an example to show me, or what kind of data that you have it, so I can show you what's the correct flow that it will work with you. So if you are okay.
Do you want me to copy and paste in the chat?
Uh, are you following me on Twitter or any social media account so we can talk on the chat?
LinkedIn.
Okay, so just ping me there and we can discuss it offline when we can have another call. What do you think?
That will be great.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, then
Thank you so much.
welcome, welcome. So I saw that Muhammad, you have a question, so please go ahead.
Yes. So
Yeah,
first I would like to thank you for this introduction. The tool
thank you.
seems to have functionalities that could be utilized in work environment and actually on the personal level.
Yeah, thank you.
Uh, as for my questions,
Mm.
I have a couple of questions. Can we utilize this tool with non-Windows programs?
You mean Power Automate Desktop? Actually, you can install it, but you will face a problem like the functionality that you have it on Windows machine will be different than any other machine. I tried before, and it's really, it's hard to use it. So that's why. But for the online version, you can use it on any other machine. Uh, but try it from your side. But you will see the difference by using from your Windows machine and other machine.
I don't know. My
Mm-hmm.
question was to be more specific.
Mm-hmm.
From my understanding, the flows that you are adding or the actions, triggers
Mm-hmm.
you're adding to your flow
Mm-hmm.
are most likely related to Windows environment or Windows program.
You mean Microsoft? Microsoft,
Microsoft.
yeah, I get your point. So,
So,
mhm.
is it possible to get some of the, let's say, custom or non-Microsoft tools?
Yeah, sure. If you attend my previous session, actually, we did an example like how can I post? Let me show it to you. When I post any video on my YouTube channel, I would like to post something on my Twitter, which is the YouTube and the Twitter, it's not Microsoft tools at all. So you can run another connectors, not only Power BI or Power Apps. For example, here, if you look at my Power Automate, I'm running a flow by using a Microsoft tool to whenever I'm uploading any video on my YouTube, post it on Twitter, and it's working. And if you look at my Twitter account, whenever I'm posting any video, every time I'm getting a post on my Twitter. So if you are interested on the connectors, what kind of connectors that available, if you go to your Power Automate, there is something we call it here connectors, and you will be able to see a different types of connector, and not all of them actually. It's like we have a Microsoft tools, but we have other tools which is non-Microsoft. Like we have a YouTube, we have a Twitter, we have, I'm not sure if we have a LinkedIn, but we have a different tools. So to answer your question, yes, we can use it for different tools, not only Microsoft tools.
Excellent. And I
Hmm.
have one last question.
Yeah, sure.
Can I make it run multiple flows simultaneously?
Yes, you mean yani, uh, if you have a different task or whatever you are looking for, and you want your flow to be run automatically, you don't need to run it by yourself, right? And this is what you are looking for, or something else?
No, multiple flows on the same time they will run.
Okay, so we have, let me show it to you. Let me open one example here. For example, here, if you are familiar with with Microsoft Teams, you can add a subflow. For example, here, whenever I'm adding any new message to my Teams, I can set up automatic email, or I can do another action. So you have two types of action. Even either it's supposed to be in a sequence action or parallel action. And to answer your question, you can run a different flow from your account. For example, here, if you look at my accounts, I have 100 flow, and you can all the flow it's running actually.
Oh,
And you can, yeah, so you don't need to run only one flow. So each flow, for each flow there is a specific project behind it. For example, I have one to Twitter, one for a SharePoint, one of a lot of things. So what I really suggest for you, Muhammad, to look at my previous sessions, which is I'm explaining more about the Power Automate online version and how we can run the flow, what's the different types, because here if you look at it, we have a different types of a flow, and we have a automated, we have a scheduled, and on my previous session, I'm explaining each part and what's the difference between the flow that we have it. Okay,
yeah, excellent. Thank you.
perfect. Welcome, welcome. So thank you so much, team, and see you next Friday. I will next actually next month I will be talking about different topics. I will be giving my overview about the books that I already read it last month, which is How to Be Interesting. Also, another book for the designing, a lot of cool stuff. And I will post all my session on Meetup, on Twitter, LinkedIn. So if you have any question or anything, just ping me on my social media, and you can check all my updates on my website. And thank you so much. Have a nice day.